Hi, I'm Niklas.
And I'm Frans from LIVLØS, and this is track by track for our album And Then There Were None on Napalm Records.
Seize the Night.
Another track that sets itself apart from most of the songs. It was a very conscious choice that we wanted to do something completely different in regards to everything, basically. Tempo, style, how we wrote or structured songs and so on. So what you're hearing is the first time we're using that kind of tempo, and first time we really thought about, well, why not just throw a solo in within the first minute of the track, and why not just have one long outro that seems to not be connected to the song, but then it ends up being that it's just, we did a lot of things in order to make ourselves move in some sort of direction, because at that point I think we had just been writing the same song again and again, at least that's how we felt, so we needed something to be a little weird again. Sometimes it sounds a bit silly and it's just like a circus of riffs and weird stuff happening. At that time I think listening to a lot of black and roll and a lot of old school thrash and so on, so it definitely draws on elements of those genres, but once again still sounds, I think, like LIVLØS. It was just what we wanted to do at the time. It was what we thought was pretty cool to play. It made it a little hard on our producer, I think, but once we got in here and we sat down, it went pretty quickly, and we could see, okay, it's still us, but it went out on a limb, to say the least.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one having a bit of a problem with it in the beginning, because we always loved it from the start. But I think the other guys, maybe they thought it was a bit silly sometimes. They didn't not like it, but there was a little
uneasy about it.
Yeah, a little uneasy about it, because they couldn't figure out where it was going.
Yeah, so. It was actually one of the very last songs that got done for the album. It almost didn't make it because we didn't have a lot of time, and it was hard to play because it was new. As I said, it was a new tempo, a new way of playing. I think we bit off more than we could chew, but it ended up pretty great. So it was kind of a gamble for some of the other guys, and we just needed to trust each other, because I knew exactly how it was going to sound in my head, but it was really hard, with the sound and rehearsal space, and we didn't really get around to making a demo on that song because it was so late in the process. So it was really just a gamble on what's this gonna sound like. I just had this want for the track to just come out screaming rampage and last party on earth or in hell, even before you're just reminded of the blackness and emptiness, whatever you may feel, because we all have shit to deal with. It won't ever leave you alone, no matter what you do. And that also works pretty well with the lyrics that concern just going out on, one of the very big, painful benders, at least painful the day after, partying till, whenever, not really noticing time or space, but then those small moments of silence creep in, and you are reminded of everything else happening in your life.
So yeah, like Frans said, this was one of the last songs to get finished, and it was definitely the last song for me to finish. I think I finished 2 days before I was set to record it, and it was the last song I needed to record for the album. It felt like a party song, but I didn't know how to tie that into the album theme, which by then I had made and written down, so it was like, how do you fit that into the grand question of life and death? But then I was like, okay, we're gonna make a fucking YOLO song. It sounds like ridiculous, but but if you,
is that what we did?
That's what we did. If you have 1 day to live, then you just imagine this, like Frans said, giant hellscape of a party, where it's just chaos, anarchy, spit in the faces of all kinds of things.
Of everything going wrong in your life.
Yeah, and just hammer down. And then you come to that, and then you come to that quiet section where you're just alone with your thoughts. And that's where the melancholy comes in, because if you're out on a bender and really, really, really drunk, the most scary part is to be alone with your thoughts. So I think it fits perfectly, because the rest of the song is so aggressive and erratic and just pure energy. And yeah, then
the party just stops.
The party stops just for a brief moment. And then I think the end where it kicks in again is an amazing ending, because it's very short. We could easily have just kept it going for longer after that, but it's just very short. Then it ends very abruptly, both music and with the vocals singing Perfect Day to Die. I've never written a song that fast. I think I wrote it in 2 or 3 days.
Damn.
It's just after I found what the song was gonna be about, it was pretty easy, because it was just right about party in hell.
Yeah.
So